ओमज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणम्। I remembered one incident from my childhood days. During the childhood days, children are all attracted a lot to playing. And parents want the children to study. So there is a constant fight going on in the home all the time. So every day I'd come back from school, and then there would be all the friends in the street. We would go in the gullies and start playing cricket, sometimes football, whatever possible in those small narrow lanes. And all the neighbors, all the boys would get together. We will all be frolicking around, playing around. And one time, what happened? We were playing shuttlecock. So, we were playing shuttlecock on the road. You can imagine, it's on the road, means sometimes some vehicles would be passing, sometimes people would be walking. So while we were playing shuttlecock, one man was walking by. And it so happened that while playing, one of the players, his shuttlecock slightly touched that man who was walking. So naturally, he got a little annoyed. He turned around and raised his voice, shouted at the boy, "What is this? You're playing in the road, this, that," something he spoke. That boy who was playing, his father happened to be standing from his home and watching the boys playing, watching all of us playing. The moment he saw this man has got angry, that father came running down and he got into a fight with that man. And we are children, we are watching what is happening. Both of the father of the child and that unknown stranger, both of them are standing and shouting at each other. After some time, it got settled and that man went away. So you see how parents, whenever their children are in danger, immediately the parents will jump in and they will try to take every step possible to protect their children. So in the case of Prahlāda Mahārāja, what happened? His own father became the source of danger for him. Now who will protect that child? The father is supposed to protect the child from all other dangers. Now father himself becomes a danger to the child. Now who will protect that child? And not an ordinary father. Such a father, he was very powerful father. How powerful? He was not ruler for just, he was not a chief minister for some state or prime minister of some country, president of some country, not even for the whole earth. He was not even emperor for the whole earth. Entire universe was in his control. Prahlāda Mahārāja's father, Hiraṇyakaśipu. So much so that it is, Bhagavatam says, Bhrukuti, just the eyebrow if you would raise like this, Indra and all the other devatas, Chandra, Surya, everybody, they would start trembling. Oh my God. Hiraṇyakaśipu has become offended. He has become annoyed. Now, today gone, finished. We are in for a big trouble today. So that was the power of Hiraṇyakaśipu. So much so that after he did all his tapasya, got all the boons, benedictions from Brahmaji, saying that he would not be killed on land or in water, he would not be killed in the air, he would not be killed inside or outside, he would not be killed by man or animal, he would not be like this, killed during day or night, etc., etc. All these benedictions he got. So after that, Hiraṇyakaśipu became so powerful, he went to the Swargaloka and occupied the palace of Indra and threw Indra out. And then he called Surya and Chandra. He called Somadeva and Suryadeva, both of them he called. He said, from today onwards, what time sun rises, what time sun sets, when is summer, when is winter, when the moonrise has to happen, when the eclipse has to happen, all I will take care. Both of you get lost. So he started controlling. Even the sunrise, sunset, the moon, the orbit of the moon, everything he started controlling. All the devatas became unemployed. So they were, they were sitting, now what to do? We have no job, no designation, everything gone, finished. What to do? So they all went to Vishnu. Because Vishnu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they prayed to him. See what is happening, look at this. You are the one who appointed us. Now this one guy has come and he has thrown us all out. We are all unemployed now. What shall we do? So Vishnu told them, don't worry. After some time, when Hiraṇyakashipu's offenses towards a pure devotee of mine will cross all limits, at that time I will come and take care. For now, you just tolerate. So all the devatas, okay, Vishnu has confirmed that soon this man will be vanquished, so let us wait. They were waiting. In due course of time, Hiraṇyakashipu had 4 sons. The youngest of them was called Prahlāda. And this Prahlāda became 5 years old. When he became 5 years old, during those days, this was many millions of years ago, at the beginning of creation. So during those days, in the Vedic system, when the children become 5 years old, they are sent to the Gurukula for education. Kshatriyas would send their children to the Gurukula to learn about the art of politics and warfare. And Brahmanas would send their children to learn the Vedas and things like that. So Hiraṇyakashipu sent his son to the Gurukula of Shukracharya, because Shukracharya is the chief priest of all the Asuras. Brihaspati is the chief priest of all the Devatas. Like that, Shukracharya is the chief priest for the Asuras. So Shukracharya had 2 sons, Shanda and Amarka. And Hiraṇyakashipu sent Prahlāda Mahārāja to their Gurukula. You go and study there. And Prahlāda Mahārāja was admitted in this Gurukula, the emperor of the whole universe. His son has come. Shanda and Amarka were very careful, very cautious in teaching Prahlāda all kinds of politics, diplomacy, how to deal with enemies, how to control others, how to exploit material nature, how to engage in sense gratification. They were teaching him all these things. But Prahlāda Mahārāja was not interested. Not at all interested. Although he was born in an Asuras family. So Asuras are called Asuras because they are atheists. They don't believe in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. So it is stated in the Vedic scriptures, Vishnu Bhakto Smrito Daivaha. Those who are devotees of Vishnu, they are called Devas. And Asuras Tad Viparyayaha. Those who are against Vishnu, they are called Asuras. So somebody may be a devotee of some Devata, like Hiraṇyakashipu was a devotee of Lord Brahma. Ravana was a devotee of Lord Shiva. But both of them were against Vishnu, Ramachandra. So both Ravana and Hiraṇyakashipu are considered Asuras. So now, in this family of Asuras, Prahlāda Mahārāja was born, and he exhibited characteristics which were not in line with what is expected from Asuras. So he was not interested in economic development. He was not interested in sense gratification. He was not interested in politics. He was not interested in diplomacy. In fact, he was not even interested in looking at others. Oh, you are my enemy, you are my friend. He was not even interested in that. For him, everybody was equal. Everybody was part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, and everybody is supposed to serve that Supreme Lord. That was his outlook. So he was disinterested. He would simply listen to whatever Shanda and Amarka were teaching. After a few days, Hiraṇyakaśipu called Prahlāda Mahārāja. And when Prahlāda Mahārāja came, Hiraṇyakaśipu asked him, "My dear son, what is the best thing you have learnt in school? Tell me." Because he didn't want to ask him any specific thing, because small 5-year-old child, he may not have understood things properly. Let him only tell. What is the best thing you have learnt? So immediately he said that you have to give up the household life, which is like a deep, dark well. And you have to go to the forest and you have to serve Vishnu. And how do you serve Vishnu? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Marchanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakhyam, Atma Nivedanam, Iti Pumsam Vishnorpita. Like this, 9 ways, Bhaktische Navalakshana, these kind of 9 kinds of devotional service one must offer to Vishnu. Tanmantye adhitam uttamam, and this I considered is the best knowledge. So, Hiraṇyakaśipu was shocked. My son is talking about Vishnu and devotional service to Vishnu. What is this? And he is a small child, 5-year-old child. What he will know? His teachers only must have polluted him. He turned to Shanda and Amarka. "Hey, what is all this? You are teaching my son to become devotee of Vishnu?" So then Shanda and Amarka were shivering, and they said, "Hare, what is Prahlāda talking? We taught him something else. He's saying something else." So then they said, no, we have not taught him all these things. So then Hiraṇyakaśipu said, okay, maybe some of the devatas must have sent their children in disguise to infiltrate your Gurukula and pollute the mind of my son. So take care that these kind of things don't happen. And he sent them off. So then Shanda and Amarka went back to the Gurukula and called Prahlāda and told him, "Prahlāda, we didn't teach you about Vishnu, Bhakti and all that. Where did you learn from this? Who told you? Please tell us. No, please share." They wanted to find out who is that spy. Let us catch him. So Prahlāda Mahārāja said that Matirna paratos svatova mito vipadyeta grahavratanam adanta gobir visatam tamishram. He said that you cannot develop attraction towards Krishna, devotion to Krishna, either by yourself or by somebody else's efforts or by making a union, a group, a community, a society where everybody comes together and we all get together and we discuss about devotion to Vishnu and let us become devotees of Vishnu. Devotion doesn't come like that. Naisha matistavadurukramangram spirasat anarthapagamo yadarthaha. So Prahlāda Mahārāja said, until that time, Mahiyasam padarajobhishekam navrinita yavat. Until you take the dust from the lotus feet of a pure devotee and surrender to him and accept him as your spiritual master, your mind will never be able to touch the lotus feet of Vishnu. So unless we come in touch with a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada, and we accept him as our spiritual master and follow his instructions, devotion to Vishnu, Krishna will not take place in the heart. So then the Shanda and Amarka were surprised. He said, "Where did you get association of Vishnu? I mean, Vishnu's devotee. I mean, you have always 5-year-old child. We have seen you were born, you were in the palace of Hiraṇyakaśipu. Then you came to our Gurukula. You have always been in the association of Asuras." So they were wondering, where did he get association of a pure devotee, a Shuddha Bhakta, a pure devotee? What Shanda and Amarka did not know was, when Prahlāda Mahārāja was in the womb of his mother, Kayadu, so she had been taken to Narada Muni's ashram. At that time, Hiraṇyakaśipu was engaged in his Ghora Tapasya, severe austerities to appease Brahma to get all those boons. So at that time, Kayadu was the wife of Hiraṇyakaśipu, mother of Prahlāda Mahārāja. She was in the ashrama of Narada Muni. And at that time, she was pregnant, carrying Prahlāda Mahārāja in her womb. So at that time, when she was in the ashrama of Narada Muni, although the child was within the womb of womb of Kayadu, Narada Muni instructed pure devotional service to the child within the womb of the mother. You see how when a child is within the womb of the mother, even at that time, whatever the mother does has a big impact on the child who is going to be born. In fact, there is a modern day study done in the United States where some researchers, they have studied the impact on the child when a mother watches violent movies when she is pregnant. And they discovered that whenever the mother has constantly indulged in watching violence on television or whatever, when she is carrying the child, when the child is born, it will grow up to become violent. So you see, conversely, if the mother constantly hears about Krishna and about pure devotional service from a pure devotee, then the child, when he grows up, he will also become a devotee of Krishna. This is what happened with Prahlāda Mahārāja. So eventually what happened? Now Śukla and Amarka, then again they continued their teachings to Prahlāda Mahārāja. And again, once again, Prahlāda Mahārāja was brought before Hiraṇyakaśipu. And Śukla and Amarka said, don't worry, Hiraṇyakaśipu, O king, we have taken good care. There has been no infiltration, no spies, and there is no ISI, no RA, no agents coming here, don't worry. And we have also ensured that no pure devotees are giving him any kind of association. We have ensured, don't worry. And we have taught him nicely. So then again, Hiraṇyakaśipu asked his son, now my dear son, please tell me something good that you have learned. Again, Prahlāda Mahārāja responded, oh my dear father, Asura Varya, O best of the Asuras, Hitvatmapatam Grihamandakupam. You have fallen into a deep, dark well of this family life. Vanam Gatoya Dharimashrayata. Give up all this, renounce all this, all your kingship, rulership of the universe, give up all this. Go to the forest, take sannyas, and become a devotee of Vishnu. This is the best thing for you. Imagine, 5-year-old child is telling his father, take sannyas and go to the forest. Hiraṇyakaśipu become wild. He said, oh, you have become my enemy. You are taking the side of my enemy. Kill him immediately. Hiraṇyakaśipu called his soldiers and told them, take him and put him to the gallows. So the soldiers immediately took him. They started piercing Prahlāda Mahārāja with their spears, lances. And suddenly they noticed nothing is happening to Prahlāda Mahārāja. So they came back and told Hiraṇyakaśipu, something is not okay. We tried, hurting him with our spears and lances. Not even one small wound, not even one drop of blood is coming. So Hiraṇyakaśipu then said, go try other things. So they took him on the top of a cliff, on the top of a mountain, and threw him down from there. And when they came down from the top of the cliff to the bottom to search for the body of Prahlāda Mahārāja, they found Prahlāda Mahārāja is sitting here and singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Nicely he is chanting the glories of Vishnu. And they were shocked. They said, okay, let us put him in a pot of boiling oil. They put him in the pot of boiling oil and took him out. He's still chanting Krishna's holy name. Said, this has not worked. So they put him they made a pit, filled it with poisonous, venomous snakes and put Prahlāda Mahārāja into that. And Prahlāda Mahārāja came out unharmed. None of the snakes were biting him. Then they said, okay, let us get elephants and trample him. They brought intoxicated wild elephants and made them trample Prahlāda Mahārāja. The elephants are not trampling him. So finally, they got fed up. They said, nothing is working. So they went to Hiraṇyakaśipu and said, nothing. We tried this. Nothing is working. Hiraṇyakaśipu said, acha, okay, I know what to do. He called Kayadu. He called the mother. And he gave her a glass of poison. And he told her, feed it to your son. Look at the cruelty of Hiraṇyakaśipu. Kayadu started crying. How can a mother feed poison to her own son? And Prahlāda Mahārāja came and he saw his mother is crying. He said, mother, why are you crying? So Kayadu told her son that, see, your father has told me to give you poison. How can he give you poison? Prahlāda Mahārāja said, don't worry, mother, you give it to me. Because if you don't give it to me, father will make you drink that poison. He is so cruel. So give it to me, I'll drink, don't worry. He took that and he drank. And what happened? Nothing happened. So Hiraṇyakaśipu started getting afraid. Sir, I have tried everything within my power and this is just a 5-year-old boy and he is more powerful than me. How is he so powerful like this? So he got Prahlāda Mahārāja to the court and he asked in the palace, in the middle of the palace, he asked Prahlāda Mahārāja, what is the source of your power? Imagine, the whole Swargaloka, all the devatas are afraid of Hiraṇyakaśipu. They tremble in front of Hiraṇyakaśipu. And Hiraṇyakaśipu is afraid of his 5-year-old son. So Hiraṇyakaśipu asked the Prahlāda, what is the source of your power? How have you become so powerful that I am not able to do anything to you? Prahlāda Mahārāja responded, oh my father, whatever is the source of power, whatever is the source of your power, is the source of my power also, which is Vishnu. Immediately Hiraṇyakaśipu became angry. You mean to say Vishnu is the source of my power? What are you talking? I am fighting him. I am trying to find him and fight with him. And you are saying he is the source of my power. I will show you who is more powerful. Where is your Vishnu? Show me. I will show you who is more powerful, Vishnu or me. So Prahlāda Mahārāja said, Vishnu is everywhere. Andantarastam paramanu chayantarastam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Govinda Krishna is there in every atom, he is there in every universe. Where is the place that he doesn't exist? So he said, he is there everywhere. So then Hiraṇyakaśipu said, oh, acha, so show me where he is. And he unsheathed his sword. And if you don't show me that Vishnu, I'm going to cut off your head. I'm going to behead you. Where is Vishnu? Is he in this pillar? Prahlāda Mahārāja said, yes. So Hiraṇyakaśipu clenched his fist and struck a mighty blow to the pillar. And he said, let us see where is your Vishnu in this pillar. Suddenly, there was a resounding roar like that of a lion coming from somewhere which nobody could see. And everybody got shocked in that assembly. All the asuras were sitting. Their heart almost skipped a beat. It was like almost something had hit them. You know, sometimes it happens during Diwali. Suddenly somebody will burst a firecracker and you feel, my God, my heart skipped a beat. Like that, everybody's heart skipped a beat. And then as they saw, that pillar started cracking. And out of that pillar came a brilliant, effulgent Lord Narasiṁhadeva. Bolo Narasiṁhadeva Bhagavan ki jai. And Hiraṇyakaśipu is watching, what is this figure which is coming? Body of a man, head of a lion. What is this thing? I have never seen anything like this in my life. But Hiraṇyakaśipu understood, this must be Vishnu. So he immediately attacked Narasimhadeva, and there was a pitched battle between the two of them. One side Hiraṇyakaśipu and his army, other side Narasimhadeva, in full fury. And Narasimhadeva is roaring, tearing all the soldiers to pieces. Somewhere somebody's hands are thrown, somebody's legs are thrown, somebody's torso is lying somewhere, somebody's head is lying somewhere. Left, right and center, tearing apart everybody. You know how lions are there when they are on the hunt, right? Eventually, it became dusk, and Narasimhadeva took that opportunity. He caught Hiraṇyakaśipu in his hand, dragged him to the threshold of the house, of the palace, because the threshold is a place which is considered neither inside nor outside. And it had become dusk. It was neither day nor night. And Narasimhadeva kept Hiraṇyakaśipu on his lap. So he was neither on the ground nor in the air. And Narasimhadeva used this nails. Nails are not considered weapons. So, keeping all of Brahma's benedictions intact, Narasimhadeva ripped open the body of Hiraṇyakaśipu and pulled out his intestines. And he put it around his neck like a garland. And that is how Narasimhadeva got the name Antaramali. Antara means the intestines. Antaramali, one who is wearing a garland of intestines. You can imagine that gruesome scene. And still, Narasimhadeva was not pacified. After that, he ripped open the chest of Hiraṇyakaśipu, pulled out his heart, and flung it like a ball. And then, by then, Hiraṇyakasipu's life was gone. His body had become lifeless. And Narasimhadeva threw his body down, and then he walked up and sat on the throne of Hiraṇyakaśipu. And Narasimhadeva was watching. Who is next? Who is next? Come on, to fight with me. And all the devatas headed by Brahma, Shiva, Chandra, Surya, they are all watching what is happening. Finally Hiraṇyakasipu is killed. They were all joyful. But then they saw Hiraṇyakasipu's anger is still not gone. So they started looking at each other. Let us pacify him. And they started glorifying him, pacifying him. But Narasimhadeva's anger is not subsiding. Then the devatas understood this is not a normal situation. If Narasimhadeva continues like this, he will destroy the whole universe. One danger was Hiraṇyakaśipu. Now Hiraṇyakaśipu is gone. Now we are from the frying pan into the fire. Now Narasimhadeva is even more powerful than Hiraṇyakaśipu. Now who will save us? They looked at each other, they discussed, and they spoke to Lord Shiva, why don't you offer prayers? Lord Shiva offered his prayers. Narasimhadeva is not bothered. His eyes are still copper red. His teeth are gnashing and he's roaring and saying, who is next? Come on, come on. I'm waiting to fight you. So then they say, Shiva said, this is not possible for me. They looked at Brahma. Then Brahma said, Are Baba, why are you looking at me? Don't look at me. I also cannot go in front of the Lord. Now what to do then? You have to pacify Narasimhadeva. So then they all said, let us go to Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi comes means her husband has to naturally quieten down, no? So they went to Lakshmi Devi. And they said, Lakshmi Devi, you please pacify. Lakshmi Devi looked at Narasimhadeva. I am the eternal consort of Vishnu. I have seen him fighting many asuras. I have seen him in different avatars. Every avatar I accompany him. Whenever he comes as Ramachandra, I come as Sita Devi. Whenever he is Vishnu, I am Lakshmi. Like that, whenever the Lord comes, I am always there. But I have never seen him in such a furious form. I am afraid. I will not go in front of him. So now what to do? So all the devatas started confabulating. What to do now? How to pacify Vishnu? So then they all discussed. Why is Vishnu so angry? It is because of Prahlāda Mahārāja that he is so angry. So let us ask Prahlāda Mahārāja. So they went to Prahlāda Mahārāja and told him, Prahlāda, see, Hiraṇyakaśipu tried to harm you because of that. Vishnu has become angry. So now Hiraṇyakaśipu is finished. Why don't you go and pacify him? So you can imagine all big devatas, Shiva, Brahma, Lakshmi, they are all afraid. And they are telling one small 5-year-old kid to go. Prahlāda Mahārāja said, okay, no problem. So he took the garland and he walked quickly. They gave him one garland and he said, go and offer it to Narasimhadeva. So Prahlāda Mahārāja, silently he walked and he was small kid, 5-year-old kid. And there is a gigantic Narasimhadeva sitting on the throne. And he is trying to garland Narasimhadeva with his small hands. The moment Narasimhadeva saw this, his heart melted. All his anger vanished. And he picked up Prahlāda Mahārāja, made him sit on his lap and started caressing him, embracing him. You see how so loving Narasimhadeva was. On one hand, Narasimhadeva's Rudra Rupa, his fearsome form, even devatas are not able to withstand. Ripping out the intestines, pulling out the heart. All this is doing. The moment he is seeing Prahlāda, totally different behavior. How do we understand this? So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 7th canto, in his commentary on this 7th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Sridhar Swami has composed a beautiful verse which Prabhupada quotes, which is quoted in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also. So this behavior of Narasimhadev is described by Sridhar Swami in this verse. Ugropi anugra evayam swabhaktanam nrikeshari keshari eva swapotanam anyesham ugra vikramaha. So Sridhar Swami gives the example just like nrikeshari. Keshari eva swapotanam. Keshari, a lioness or a lion. When the lion is with its cubs, the lion is very playful, very nice, very loving, very caring. Some of you who have seen National Geographic or some channel like that, when there is some documentary covering lions, you will see cubs are jumping on the lion, playing, biting and all that. The lion is silently lying, not doing anything. Very careful the lion is not to hurt the cubs. Anyesham ugra vikrama. At the same time, somebody comes near the cubs, that lion will become ugra vikramaha. He will become fierceful. He will become fearsome. He will become frighteningly angry. Similarly, Swabhaktanam, towards his devotees, Nrikeshari, that Narasimhadev is also similarly towards his devotees is very loving, as soft as a rose. But when somebody tries to harm his devotees, Narasimhadeva becomes like a thunderbolt. Not even Hiraṇyakaśipu can stand in front of him. So naturally, when Narasimhadeva saw Prahlāda Mahārāja, he became soft as a rose. Softer than a rose, harder than a thunderbolt. This is how Vishnu is. Now the thing is, why was Vishnu so loving towards Prahlāda Mahārāja that Hiraṇyakaśipu, when he tortured Prahlāda Mahārāja, Vishnu became so angry that nobody could pacify him. Not even Brahma, not even Shiva, not even Lakshmi. Nobody could pacify him. Why? But when Prahlāda Mahārāja went in front of him, totally immediately melted. So what was that quality of Prahlāda Mahārāja which attracted such a contrasting behavior from Narasimhadeva? That's also described by Narada Muni in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Narada Muni says that Nyasta Kridanako Balo, as a small child, Prahlāda Mahārāja was just a 5-year-old child, and children, like I was saying in the beginning, they like to play. Parents want their children to study, but the children are not interested in study. They are always constantly wanting to play. But Prahlāda Mahārāja, even though he was just a 5-year-old child, Nyasta Kridanako Balo, he never was interested in any frivolous playing. On the other hand, what was he doing? Nyasta Kridanako Balo, Jadavan Tanmanastaya. He was constantly like a Jadavat, like a dull boy. He'll be sitting in one corner, not doing anything, not playing, not studying, not doing anything. He'll be just sitting like this, as if he's a Jada. He's totally some mentally retarded. Like that he'll be sitting. But he'll be sitting and what? Tanmanastaya, his mind will be absorbed in Krishna. And Narada Muni uses a nice phrase to describe this behavior of Prahlāda Mahārāja. He said, Krishna Graha Grihitatma. Krishna Graha had captured him. Like sometimes we say, Shani Graha, Shani Kata. This Shani has influenced him. He is in great difficulty. Like that, Prahlāda Mahārāja had been affected by which graha? There are Navagrahas. But Prahlāda Mahārāja was not affected by any of the Navagrahas. He was affected by Krishna Graha Grihitatma. He was affected by Krishna Graha. And because of that, Naveda Jagadidrisham, Prahlāda Mahārāja could not understand how is this whole world running without rendering devotional service to Krishna, engaging in sense gratification, frivolously playing, engaging in diplomacy, politics, economic development, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. How can anybody do these kind of things, forgetting Vishnu? Vishnu is the only goal in my life. So Prahlāda Mahārāja was constantly absorbed like this in devotional service to Krishna, Vishnu, and he would only be constantly chanting Krishna's holy name and remembering his quality and pastimes. And because of that quality of pure devotional service exhibited by Prahlāda Mahārāja, Narasimhadeva became the protector of Prahlāda Mahārāja in every circumstance. When Prahlāda Mahārāja was pushed off a cliff, he was totally unmindful. Jadavan Tanmanasta. He was absorbed in thinking of Krishna. He didn't know that he was even pushed off from the cliff. So he did not have to take any attempt to protect himself. Oh no, I should take a parachute. I should try to, do this, that, nothing. He was absorbed in Krishna. Krishna saved him. When he was pushed into a pit of snakes, he did not realize that he was in the pit of snakes. Jadavan Tanmanastaya. He was absorbed in Krishna. So Krishna protected him. When the elephants came to trample him, Prahlāda Mahārāja did not understand, did not realize that elephant is coming to trample me, let me run away. Nothing. He was absorbed in Krishna. He didn't even see the elephants. So Krishna said, oh, he's absorbed in me. How can I let him be trampled by the elephant? Let me protect him. So every instance, whenever there was a danger for Prahlāda Mahārāja did not try to protect himself, defend himself. After all, even if he tried to defend himself as a 5-year-old child, what he will do against the ruler of the whole universe? So Prahlāda Mahārāja was simply absorbed in Krishna. And therefore, Krishna became very protective about Prahlāda Mahārāja. And when one after another, Hiraṇyakaśipu was trying to harm Prahlāda Mahārāja, Krishna's anger was building up. Okay, one time let us leave. Okay, this time let us leave. Okay, one more time, let us give one more chance to Hiraṇyakaśipu. Let him reform himself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finally, when he withdrew the sword and wanted to behead Prahlāda Mahārāja, then Krishna said, enough. Now I'm going to show you. So all that bottled up anger came rushing out, and Krishna assumed the form of Narasimhadeva. And that is why Jayadeva Goswami also, when he glorifies Lord Narasiṁhadeva, he says, Tava kara kamala vare nakam adbhuta shringam dalita Hiraṇyakaśipu tanu bringam keshava dhrita narahari rupa jai jagadisha hare. So he says, all glories to Krishna, Keshava, who is the Lord of the whole universe. And he has assumed the form of Narasimha now to vanquish Hiraṇyakaśipu. But the most wonderful thing, amazing thing about Narasimhadev is his nails. Tava kara kamala vare nakam adbhuta shringam. Your naka is adbhuta shringa. Is amazingly beautiful. Why? Because tava kara kamala vare. He is saying, Narasimhadev, Lord Kṛṣṇa, your hands are like lotuses. If you take a lotus and hit someone, will that person get harmed? Nothing. You will feel very comfortable. Nice. You beat me more with the lotus. Nice. Correct? Because the lotus is so soft. In that lotus-like soft hands of Krishna, there are these nails which are ripping apart Hiraṇyakasipu's body, which was like made of steel. His was a steel body. And that soft, tender lotus hands of Krishna, those nails, they are ripping apart that steel-like body of Hiraṇyakasipu. It's so wonderful, amazing. It's astounding how this is happening. So you see, all contradictory things are possible to be reconciled in Vishnu. That is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has lotus-like, tender, delicate hands, but his nails are so strong, they can rip apart the steel-like body of Hiraṇyakasipu. The Lord is like a rose, soft as a rose towards his devotees. At the same time, he's like a thunderbolt for the asuras. So when devotees see that fierce form of Narasimhadev, all blood spattered all over his body, intestines garlanding him, and Hiraṇyakasipu's body is, bleeding body of Hiraṇyakasipu is lying on his lap, we don't feel afraid. We remember the love of Krishna for his devotee Prahlāda Mahārāja. We see the love behind that anger, and so we don't feel afraid. In fact, our hearts become overwhelmed with loving devotion for Krishna. So let us take this opportunity of Narasimha Jayanti to remember the wonderful love of Krishna for his devotees, wonderful love of Narasimhadev for his devotees. And now devotees will also enact that pastime of Lord Narasimhadev vanquishing Hiraṇyakasipu and protecting Prahlāda Mahārāja. So let us take the opportunity to remember this wonderful pastime of the Lord and see the Lord's love behind his violence towards Hiraṇyakasipu. Bolo Narasimhadev Bhagavan ki jai. Shri Lakshmi Narasimhadev Anantadev ki jai. Bhakta Raja Prahlāda Mahārāja ki jai. Vishwaguru Śukla Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.